Today's drawing is going to take place on my cheap sketchbook using a 2B pencil, kneaded eraser, my Penbbs 456 filled with Noodlers Bulletproof black ink. Hope you enjoy. Okay, quick explanation of the pencil. I feel like I have to address it right up front. So if you notice this drawing, I'm doing it in normal time. For this video, I decided to do something extra special and not speed it up. So the first run of this that I did was about 30 minutes long, which is too long. So I did it again, but I forgot which pencil I had used, so I'm using this other one. So sorry about that. But what is the subject of this video? Well, May is National Mental Health Awareness Month. So happy Mental Health Awareness Month. Should I say happy? Is that weird? I think it might be a little bit weird. I didn't realize that Mental Health Awareness Month was a month. I've been doing it wrong because I am constantly aware of my mental health. I can't wait till next month so I can stop thinking about it. But no, this video is about, I'm going to try and be candid about stuff that I've gone through with my mental health. And I've shared before in this channel that I deal with depression from time to time. And so my confession to you, sometimes I'm sad when I'm drawing my silly little drawings. And I want you guys to know, as I'm talking about this subject matter, this is not a cry for help. I'm doing fine. You don't need to worry about me. As a matter of fact, this is an offer of help because I've come to a place in my mind, in my life, where I'm ready to talk about these things and not make them so taboo. So this is really just about what is it like? My depression, what does it look like? Hopefully, if you're not sure, if you're going through something like that, it would help you to hear what my perspective is. And then just what are some things that have helped me? And maybe these are also things that could help you if you or someone you know are dealing with this, and you just want to be a support. So yeah, and I had to look this up. I'm learning to be comfortable with this conversation. I had to Google signs of depression to make sure I wasn't just taking some weird aspect of my personality and applying it to my depression and be like, oh, this thing, it's because of my depression too. There's plenty of things wrong with me that have nothing to do with depression. So I'll save that for next month. June is National What Else Is Wrong With You month. It's true. Look it up. So what are the signs of depression? The first thing that really affected me, and this is hard for me as an artist, is just lack of motivation and energy, for which you're can be quick to blame yourself, you know, like because you feel like it's your fault that you're not getting things done. And this can come also when you bring this forward into your community or your people, your friends, your family. I've gotten some bad advice about how to push through lack of motivation, you know, just suck it up and keep working and focus on the positive and lighten up and just push through it. It sounds like good advice to someone who's not dealing with this sort of like the brain chemistry aspect of depression, but in some ways, and this is a good thing to listen to if you yourself do not deal with depression, but someone in your life does, it's kind of like walking up to someone in crutches and saying, I don't understand why you can't just walk like a normal person. It doesn't make any sense in a medical sense, but sometimes we don't see depression that way. We think that we can just think or act our way out of certain parts of it. It's true that your actions can make things better, but also it's true that there are some things you just kind of have to endure, and you have to be kind to yourself. You have to be patient and forgiving with yourself. And I highly recommend that you extend that kindness, patience, and forgiveness to other people, because you never know what someone else is going through. The other thing that happens, and this is also a difficult struggle for me from the art sense of things, is losing interest in things that you love. And for me, this comes it rears its ugly head with drawing. I've loved to draw ever since I was a kid, from the time that I was very, very bad at it. I've always loved to do it. And it was just an enjoyment of putting lines on paper, of making a shape, of shading it, and then sometimes showing it off. But oftentimes it wasn't very good. I just liked doing it. And as I got older, I got better at drawing and I got worse at enjoying. As I moved towards into my middle school, high school years, I still did it, but then it was so much less satisfying, and I found that I just couldn't get myself to that focus of enjoyment again. And I thought maybe it was because I was bad at it, but the funny thing is I've always been bad at it. I've only recently felt that I had enough to share, that I wanted to put my art out there, and I'm 37 years old, so it took me quite a while to get there. And even still, I deal with it sometimes where I'm like, man, I just wish I was better at this. And I just wish I was happier with what I was doing. And I find myself wasting time on social media, looking at other people and their faces and the activities they're doing. This is really bad for you if you have depression, but I was just trying to see if I could figure out what happiness looked like and why I didn't have it. And that's, I have to remind myself that isn't fun or good to do things like that. And actually sitting down and doing the thing that I love makes me feel better. I just don't think that it will until I go and do it. So that loss of interest thing, it comes and goes, but really finding something that you enjoy doing and then doing it as a habit has been really helpful to me. The other thing that's really helped a lot is taking good care of myself physically as relates to my health. This sounds like it wouldn't make very much sense, or maybe it even sounds stupid to you, but when I can't control what's going on with my brain, and I know that I can control what's going on with my body as far as what food I put into my body, and how often I move my body and keep myself healthy, it's amazing how that can have such a huge effect. And I've been someone who's been overweight, and I've also been someone who's been a healthy weight. And there's a stark difference between the two when it comes to my mental state. And so like the actual weight off of my body has been like a weight off of my mind. And I really encourage you, if you've tried lots of things and you're still kind of feeling like that sense of hopelessness, I mean, it couldn't hurt to just try to make sure that you're being healthy. Again, there's none of these things. I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a doctor or anything. I'm just sharing some things that have helped me. And it's a combination of things always, The other thing is learning how to talk about what's going on with you. In my early years in my career, before I had a career, I was worried that if I admitted that I was dealing with depression, it would affect my ability to get a job, and maybe it would. I was afraid to even test that theory, so I just kind of refused to talk and think about it, even though as early as my 20s, I knew something was going on with me. I'd go home after a day of work, and sometimes I would sit and cry about nothing. Like I didn't know the reason that I was sad or upset or emotional, just isolating myself, that sort of thing. And so I knew something was up, but I was afraid to just say it out loud. And one day, very recently, I did. I wrote a blog post on my website called I Have Always Lived Here. And it just talked about how this depression has always been with me. And I've been carrying it this whole time. I've been wearing it like a set of tinted glasses that just colored everything in front of me. And it just was saying it, not talking about solutions, not saying I'm all better now. It just is. And I shared that with a lot of my friends and family, my community, my people. And the response I got was loving, supportive. And the most important part of it is that nobody treated me like I was weak for admitting that. And that's good because I'm not weak. Like, I've held this thing forever and it's heavy. And when you hold something that's heavy, it makes you strong. That's something that I had to learn to appreciate about myself, that holding something this heavy and not giving up has made me stronger, and it made me maybe even strong enough to be able to share this with you all today. And someone called me brave, someone who made that comment after reading the thing that I wrote. And I never really felt brave for that, but I know that after talking about it, I was less afraid and I felt less alone after just saying that this is what I was going through. So maybe that's my courage. It really doesn't become less painful, but when you build that strength to be able to speak of it, it allows you to endure some of those painful moments in life. So yeah, the other thing that I've been working on is learning how to recognize my emotions, and that actually is harder than I thought it would be. I didn't realize how bad I was at it until I tried. Sometimes I just have to even ask myself out loud, what am I feeling? Am I angry? Am I disappointed? Am I hungry? Am I tired? Am I experiencing an emotion for which there is no source? Because I've learned another thing about depression is that my brain is constantly lying to me and telling me things that are not true. So I have to trust my experience over my emotion. I have to trust even people outside of me telling me what my value is beyond what my brain is saying. So that's interesting. It helps to say, I know now you feel worthless, but that does not mean that you are worthless. And that leads me to the other thing that I really want to talk about is just that because you feel something does not make it true. Sometimes we think that if we feel something deeply, that makes it more true. But sometimes the things that you feel are the opposite of truth, and you can reject them when they don't line up with who you know you are, because feeling is not truth. And then the other thing that I would really encourage you to do, I would really think that it would help you because it's helped me a lot, is to go ahead and build something that you're proud of. So building something that you're proud of comes from hard work, so it should be something that you work on, and it should be something that involves community and people. A lot of the literature that I've read has emphasized the forming of healthy habits, like getting regular exercise, waking up at the same time each day, taking time to eat at regular intervals, and making sure that you're eating healthy food, and all of these things, because if you form a healthy habit, your brain kind of automatically allows you to go from step to step, and then you're moving towards good things. So that's interesting to me, but also, healthy habits can turn an okay day into a good day, or it could turn a bad day into an okay one, and that's better, Something you build yourself can also help you keep your self-esteem high, which is something that people with depression like myself, and maybe even you, can deal with a lot, just having this low self-esteem and low self-image. Well, if you build something that you're very proud of, it stands alone, away, apart from your feelings, independent of how you feel about yourself. There's this thing and you made it and nobody can take it away from you. So create an art project, write a book, start a community meeting, a group that gets together on shared interests, learn a musical instrument, write poetry. And the important thing then also is to share it and build a community around what you love. Find other people that like what you love, people that will encourage you to continue to build it. Something that when you look back, you could see, wow, that's amazing that this happened. That's amazing that I was able to put all this work into something. So that's been another helpful thing for me. And if you want to know what the thing right now in my life that I'm most proud of is, it's this community. It's this YouTube channel that I started in the middle of one of the more depressing times of my recent life, at the start of the COVID pandemic, where it was very isolating, not through my own choice, but through just how the world was. And I just had this simple idea in my head that I wanted to make a video where I could talk about my pens. And then I thought I would add some art to the mix. And then I thought I would add some of myself to the mix. And that's what I'm doing right now with this video, which maybe this won't be one of my more popular videos. That's okay. I really like that I'm able to share this with people, and I really like that people are able to get things out of it. But you guys, this channel, you guys are like this, one of the many medicines that helps heal me and keep me whole. I'm very proud of what I've done in these last 2 years that I've built this channel, and that there are people who have found great value in it. And so I just wanted to say that for you, if you're looking for what that is going to be for you, you may find that there's more interest in what you have to say, or there's more interest in what you could create with yourself, with your life, than you think there is. So put yourself out there and do something and make something, and I think it's going to help you a lot. So just kind of wrapping it up here, I'm still holding this heavy thing. It's not something that goes away. Some days are better, some are worse. I don't know how to compare my pain to your pain if you're going through something different and if your experience has been different. So let's not try to compare pain. I don't know what part of this is the artist in me, what part is the depression, what part is just the human being, because I've always been all of those things. And I can't change them. And I don't think I want to. I feel pain, but it's not normal. I feel joy, but that's not normal either. Normal is a fantasy. Normal is as real as flat Earth, Santa Claus, and the Easter Bunny. And if normal existed, I would want nothing to do with it, because I have something so much better than normal. There's such wonderful things in life, and even when things are rough, there's always something of value to be found. So I thought I would pass some of that value along to you. Thanks for listening.